Hello, and welcome back to Smite. This video is not going to be a gameplay video. This is going to be going over a little tab I've just not really looked into myself recently. Since I've actually started playing Smite, and it's only recently I've come into actually looking at it. And that is the guides icon or tab up here in the top right. Now there's different stuff. There's the character builder tab, which I'll go into a bit later. There's the video tab, which I'll just pause this for a second because it automatically plays. I'd recommend anyone actually go into this tab if you're a beginner and just watch these videos. Watch the beginning tutorials, watch the intermediate tutorials. There's god guides as well, specific gods. If you want to play a specific god that you like, and it's actually in here, so the god guides, featured ones, come in here and watch it. It's really, really good. You really need to come in and watch it. It'll help you out a lot more, and it'll make your gameplay experience a lot more fun instead of having your butt handed to you about 16 million times of dying and then people complaining to you saying you're rubbish. It'll save all that. There's community videos as well, so you can actually flick through all these plays of the week. There's a community website which you can go to. The different ones. There's Borderline Gaming, Smite Boss, Smite Fire. All these are areas where people come in and put up their different god builds that they choose for a specific god. So it's some of these websites I'm particularly going to. I'll actually explain one that I go to in a minute. I think it's Smite Fire, the one I actually normally go to, and it's a really good website. I actually have to clarify which one I actually go to in a second. Actually, no, oh, you can actually launch a browser in here. So this kind of, yeah, Smite Fire. This is a good website to go to. This is the one I use most. It's actually cool. It's got the actual interface as a web browser built into the game as well, so you don't actually have to, or the launcher, and you don't actually have to run around. So this is where it's all going to tie in slightly, and they also do for different games as well. There's Dota, there's LOL, League of Legends, Dota 2, and Smite. So this particular group of people is associated with all these games as well. And this is where I basically get all my god builds from. If you see me picking out items specific that are not recommended, this is where I come to get them from. Actually, these are people who I've decided to go. So if we go through all gods for a second, hopefully you can see this, and we just select the god. Say, let's say Tech 4 for instance. That's the god I've been playing. That's one of the only gods which I've actually not been using recommended items for, and we filter that, and we go for the top rated. Let's have a look. Which one is it? Where are you? I know what it is from the spy. Look, I think it's this one. Let's go into this one. Yeah. This is an interesting guide. By Flintoff. I wonder what that reminds me of. Anyway, this is where I actually got the items I picked for my video. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go watch it. Just for the fact it's it's my video. This is really good. It gives you different kind of builds for different kinds of what you're going to come against. So you've got against a strong magic lane, and then they've got one with a DPS, tanky DPS 4. It says only recommend while learning, but I guess that basically means you've got a lot of health and you can take a lot of damage without dying. So if you make a mistake, there's less chance you're going to die. I think the other one's more or less if you don't know how to, you really know how to use 4 better. And it basically gives you a nice layout of all the abilities, which abilities you should actually pick when. That's if you want to. Now, if we go back and let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, come to this website, smitefire.com, I believe it is, if I just go back. Yep, there it is, the website, HTTP, I'll put it in the description below as well. www.smitefire.com. I'd go to that website. There's other ones as well. Go to any of them. You can just type it in Google or whatever web browser you use and just type that in. Smite Wiki or God Guides or anything like that. But if you come onto a site like this and you see particular items, but you don't want to have to actually worry about picking the items you send, there's actually the auto equip, purchase and auto abilities, and this is where this ties in quite handy. Say you don't really have to remember all the kind of different items you need to pick, and all the abilities you need to pick first and all that kind of nonsense. You can actually come to this little icon here. It gives you a breakdown of each god. it basically tells you, if I reset this to actually default, clear items actually, what this actually does, it gives you a description obviously what god you've picked. You can select any god in game, it doesn't matter who it is, if it's unlocked or not, if you've bought it or not, you can come in and just have a look. And then you can just filter through each of the gods. Now you noticed there's not many, this god doesn't look really good, Arrow Khan, but that's because he's got no items. But this is just basic default, no items, no abilities, no consumables whatsoever. This is basic default. And what you can do is, this is the area for the auto custom purchase. So if you notice when I turned it on for this this god, actually no, quite a few of my videos, and what you can do is change it. You can change it to any kind of build you want. So if you want to focus on not recommended build, but a particular build you got off any particular website guide you got, you can actually come into here and pick whatever abilities you want. So if I'm just going to go randomly through selection, it gives you a basic idea, these are recommended, pick these, but you don't have to. If you're following a guide, you can pick them. So I'm just going to focus on this magical. So I'm just going to click each one of these, and every time you actually notice, if you just can click to pay attention, some of these actually will go up as you actually pick items. So the mana's gone up and the mana per second's gone up. I think that's mana per second. Has gone up, and you can look at this one. This one. I'm just going to fill this up with all the recommended from top to bottom. I'm not going to really pick my best build. This video ain't about that. I'm not too good enough for this game really to actually pick the best build for you. I'm just going to pick the standard abilities I more or less always use. Some people say you shouldn't really use sprint and mana. They should say you should at least get Aegis or the beads, but I like this one. Oh, there's also Portal as well, which well, I think that's new. That I haven't seen that one before. Use this item creates a portal entrance at your spawning location, a portal exit at your ground target. Oh right, so that's I've seen it in a few other games, and oh, it looks like we've got them eventually. So you can actually teleport quickly. That would explain why in the last few games people have somehow managed to appear right at a specific point. Anyway, yeah. So this is if you had all these items, this is what you'd finally get to if you were level 20 and you had all these items. And this is these are your full stats, so you can go through them. And if you had auto purchase on, it'll just do it for you, so you don't have to worry about going through. If you look at the categories, even though they are really well designed, I've got to say, picking what items you want, you've got to actually know what item, especially off guides, guide websites, you've actually got to know what categories each of these weapons or items are under. And it can get really tedious, especially in games. So if you actually set all these items from from website guide and have them automatically purchased, you don't have to worry about that. You can just come in, go back to spawn, it'll purchase it for you if you have enough money, and then you can run straight back out in a few seconds. It'll do it for you. Now, I don't know if people say that's kind of noobish, but it's here, you might as well use it. It's part of the game. So I actually really do recommend that you actually put this down. I couldn't really emphasize it more. You really should use this as much as possible, especially if you're following off guides or websites, or your own. It makes it a lot easier, and you have to worry about trying to find out which particular item. I know after a while of playing, you'll automatically off by heart know which category what item's under. That usually comes with experience, but if you're a new player, it's not. You don't really know any of this at all. And there's also the abilities tab, which basically you can say what specific what you want to upgrade the quickest. So you've got ranging from 1 to 4, and I think 4 means it'll prioritise it more, so the higher the number the more it prioritised. So basically what it means is, out of all of these, you'll actually level up Sliver first, and then you level up Squall second, and then Tornadoes, and then these ultimate Spirits Tempest. But you can switch these around, so you can switch that to 4, that to 1, that to 3, you can set it whichever way you want. So if you want a Squall to get leveled quickest, and then you want Sliver to get level least, and then say Tornadoes then, and then it'll do that. It'll just basically Squall, it'll be the first one that gets purchased, and it'll be the one that gets leveled up quicker. So yeah, I really recommend this. You should really use this even if you begin it. I actually even recommend it for more people who are intermediate. maybe not for people, well then again, people who are really expert at the game could actually use this. It makes their game a lot easier, but I really suggest you actually use this, especially if you just get into the game. It is a must. I wish I knew about this when I started, but I didn't even look around. I just went straight into games and tried learning. I guess some ways to learn is just get your ass kicked about 20 odd times, and that's the best way to learn, but this is really helpful, and I'm going to start using this a lot more often now for auto purchasing, just for the fact of it's, you know, it makes it easier. That's really what it comes down to for me. And you can just you can try different builds out to see what kind of, how you going to get the highest magical power, or the highest lifesteal, or highest penetration magical. You know, you can just look through all these different kind of abilities, and you can see how much also at the bottom here it costs in total, all the money you'll need to actually buy it, so you can find. Then you can buy the cheapest. Maybe you can go, okay, I want a build which I can do a decent amount of damage, but it's actually the cheapest out of a lot of them. You can just mess around like that, and it's really good. But yeah, that's me enough explaining. I'll put some description in the bottom below. Obviously the website I use for the guides, and any general information I come up with that I haven't mentioned. So this has been Marsh 2907. Or in my case Dragon 1991, but that's just my name that I got taken. So yeah, yeah. Until next time, guys. Thanks for watching. You know, rate and subscribe, comments are much appreciated. If you've liked this video, thumbs it up. You know, if not, well, you don't like it. You don't like it. Don't mean thumbs down though. Please don't do though. I don't like them. No, I'm not kidding. Yeah, just tell me what you think. If you like the video, thumb it up, or just let me know what you think in the comments. And until then, guys, I will catch you later. So, bye.